record, and I'm going to share my screen. So today's session, I think, is going to be a fairly quick one, which is good because it's summertime. Everybody's got to, get out by the pool, get to the beach, whatever they got to do. I want to talk a little bit about our pro support option. Okay. Anybody who's purchased anything Checkpoint knows that we offer support with those products, and we have a couple different levels. There's base, there's premium, there's a couple levels of diamond version of support. But you may have seen pro support as an option on a renewal form or on a quote, or you may have read about it on our website or what have you, and not really been sure what it is. So I do want to go and show you quickly what that is, how to activate it, and a quick demo of the portal. So what is pro, right? Pro is our proactive, protective professional. It is our way to take your support to the next level. We're proactive in that we identify issues that before they become a real problem. So if the gateway, if we see a gateway or a smart one management appliance throwing error codes, dropping connections, dropping packets, things like that, we will identify that issue before it becomes a real problem. Protective, we monitor all of your devices that are subscribed to Pro. And professional in that we have the automated system monitoring. So what does that actually give you, right? We identify the issues before they occur automatically, right? It is an automated system. It finds and it learns about machines. It gets the telemetry about them, and it finds errors. The big thing it does that I think most customers really like the most is it makes tickets with TAC for you if there is a high level issue. It opens the service request automatically. And what actually happens is you'll get an email that says a ticket has been created for such and such issue. And a support engineer from TAC will reach out directly to you proactively, right? You don't have to make tickets. You don't have to start digging through it if you don't want to. We come to you. And then we do have the reporting so that you can look into it, and you get a lot of other actionable insights, which we're going to see in a few minutes. It's pretty detailed. This slide deck, by the way, has a couple of animations in it that we all love animations, right? So what's being monitored, right? Hundreds of key system parameters. Some of the big ones are listed here, right? Memory and CPU utilization, system health, high availability sync issues, processes that crash, your patch level for your software, cluster XL, secure XL, all those things that sometimes throw some strange codes. There's actually over 500 alerts that can occur, and you can see them here on the list. I don't think I need to run through all of them. It does also give you the support life cycle. So if you have a machine that's coming towards end of support, you'll get that notice too. A lot of stuff here. Now activation, you know what, let me check real quick, just make sure I don't have any questions, which I don't see any. Also look in the chat real quick. No questions there yet, which is fine. So I'm actually going to show you live the extremely complex steps to activate this. Essentially what you do is you get a license or an eval license for Pro. You come into Smart Console, you go to Global Properties, Security Management, and you check these two boxes. Both of them need to be checked. And that is it. You have to push policy if you had to make that change. You'll see at the top it changed, like shows me one change has been made. You have to install policy. That's it. It's very quick, 1, 2, 3 to get it going. Now the part I can't show you because I have a bunch of different user centers I'm in is you go into the user center and you see on the right side of this screen, that's where you select your trusted contacts who will have access to Pro. It's right there in user center. It's straightforward. Some more animations. Essentially, the workflow is your management servers and gateways upload data to the cloud. They upload via an SSL connection, so it's nice and secure. The Pro engines evaluate all the system parameters that we check and learn the state of your devices. Again, we open SRs proactively with this service. A hardware failure, a core dump, something that is a high or critical situation will open an SR automatically. Of course, if you see something that's like a medium issue and you need assistance with it, you can go and open one yourself. It's pretty easy to do. But you see a couple of examples of what would set off an automatic service request there. Last thing I wanted to mention, I know this is always the big question. The nice thing about Pro support is it is approximately a 3% uplift on your support from your the cost of your appliances. So it's really not a very big addition to support price wise, and it every customer I've ever sold it to, they love it, quite frankly. So that's the end of the slide deck. I'll check one more time if there's any questions. You can feel free to dump them in the chat, or there's actually a Q&A box. You could also raise your hand and I'll unmute you if you prefer to ask your question verbally. Okay. So if there aren't any questions, I'm going to show you the actual demo of the Pro system. So to get here, you come to our user center, which is the website, usercenter.checkpoint.com. You've probably been there to manage your licenses and things like that. Come to user center. It's 2 clicks. It's right here under the support tab, Checkpoint Pro report. And it brings you right into here. Basically, there's 3 pages. There's the overview, which shows us how many devices we're reporting on, how many of them have alarms. We get our priority of alarms on the left, which we're going to drill into in a minute. And you can see we have high priority, medium priority, and then there's devices that are just functioning as expected. Any service requests that are open by Pro, they'll be listed here. Of course, it's a demo environment. So unfortunately, there's not any in here, but you would see it right here if there's one open and one resolved, and we'll see that there's a tab to actually dive just a little bit deeper into them. And again, here's our graphical expression of what we see above with how many devices and how many are at risk. So what most people would do, I'm sure, is come in here. They'd see everything. There's some things with high priorities. You click it, and it drills down and tells you which devices are the ones that have the high priorities, right? So you'd see that this firewall has a high priority issue, and when you drop it down, it tells you that this gateway is dropping packets due to the core XL queue size is not big enough. And it tells you right here the remediation. The core XL input queue is not large enough to handle this traffic. It gives you an SK to follow, right? You can click right on it. It'll take you right there. And then you can go ahead and address how to change that queue size. You see there's a couple other things. And again, all these issues, they show you, here's an SK to learn more about this or to fix it, right? RX errors, how to fix them. It also shows you, again, some diagnostic type information, your top protocols and their percent of the CPU. As you see, a lot of UDP traffic and some small TCP stuff, 443s there. The time of day. So there's a lot of just basic informational stuff. This is the time of day that this machine had the highest CPU utilization. Here's the highest usage per core, so on and so forth, right? Shows you your version that you're on and what fixes are installed. So a lot of information here, but the key one is to follow these alarms, right? These high priority alarms. Looks like all of them are going to be the Core Excel. Oh, no, here. So this one, for example, right? This one has extremely high usage of CPU, 97%. And it actually gives you a way to kind of optimize a little bit, or you know that you need to kind of look into perhaps moving on or what have you. Looking again for chat and Q&A. I don't see any yet. So yes, we have the ability to see the different high level issues. We can see the normal stuff. And then also, again, when it opens a request, you can come in here and see them right here on this tab, and it'll give you a detailed view. Unfortunately, there's none here, but it'll give you a detailed view of the number of service requests you've had, and it will show you which ones are open, which ones have been resolved. You can go back and look at more information, and you can open them up and see what the solutions were. So it gives you that ability to track all of that. There's also the ability to export this this report so that you can share it with other people into a PDF or a Excel sheet. Oh, got a chat question. Does it also monitor cloud gateways? So that's a good question. Yes, if you have a gateway in Azure or AWS, it will monitor that gateway. You're going to not have like the hardware issues because it's virtual, so you won't see like memory dumps or something like that. But you will get the information of what version we're on. It will tell you if it doesn't have like that Core XL queue we saw on most of the gateways. It'll tell you that. It will tell you if the CPU is overutilized. So that's a very good question. Yes, it will work on cloud gateways. Any other questions? I don't see any yet, which is fine. Oh, maybe one more. Does it do automatic up? Doesn't do automatic upgrades like from R80 to R81. So this feature will not do the upgrade. Like it won't start the upgrade for you. But what it will do is it will tell you you're on an older version. In fact, let's see if we could find one. I bet you we could find one that says it's on an older version. It'll tell you you're on an older version, and that version. Oh, here it is right here. First one. Look at that. R8020 will reach the end of support September of 22. This will send you right to the lifecycle policy. So it does give you warning and information on what you need to do. And if this device was going end of life, it'll give you that date too. You can even see like right here, certain pieces of this firewall, it's asking for updates like the LOM lights out management card. The firmware version is not at the recommended level, which is, pretty in-depth stuff, and then all you do is click your SK, fires up, it brings you right to where you download the recommended version and how to install it. Good questions. Good questions, guys. Okay, I'm going to hold 1 or 2 more seconds for questions, but actually that's about what I had today. I wanted to keep it short, give you a few minutes back. But if you have any questions, I'm going to hang for another minute or two, watch the chat and the Q&A. And of course, if you have a question, like I always do when it's after I hang up, feel free to reach out and email me. If you'd like to start an evaluation, try this out. We do have evaluations of pro support that you can do, which is really cool. Just says thanks. Yeah, absolutely, guys. You're welcome, and I hope that this was a good session where you got a good good amount of info in a short period of time. Okay, I think everybody's kind of filtering out. And of course, this is going to go up on YouTube just like all the other sessions, so you can see it there or share it with somebody if you think you should share it with somebody. Other than that, one more. Hang on. I was late joining. Can you please send recording? Yes. So the question was, it's funny. I was just saying it. Can you please send recording? I will definitely upload this one to the YouTube channel. I will send out the link with the follow-up email, so you'll have that, and you can hop on and check that out, or check out any sections of this that you might want to review. Okay, cool. I'm gonna stop my screen share. I'm gonna stop my recording.